Now at noon, you are looking at the scene from Air 11, where for the second time in just 3 days, a Cleveland ISD school bus has rolled over on the same road where another school bus crashed on Monday. Thankfully, according to the district, all of the students involved are safe and no major injuries have been reported. 58 students were on board when the bus crashed on FM 1010, which is about an hour north of Houston. And right now we have live team coverage from the crash site with Jalissa Garza and Troy Kless. Jalissa, let's start with you. You were also there for the crash that happened on Monday.
Yeah, Steph, that is right. Both crashes happening here along FM 1010. The other one further a ways down. The one that happened today was just a little bit of a ways behind me. It's since cleared. This portion of FM 1010 was closed as first responders worked to get those 58 students off of the bus safely. We know that they were transported to a local hospital just as a precaution to get medical evaluation. But as you mentioned, this is the second time this happened this week. Now, if you take a look, we do have some video of when we arrived here on the scene. We had to stay far away near a shopping center, but we were able to see that the bus at the moment when we got here was being picked up from its side and pulled out from the ditch-like area is the best way to describe it, really grassy area. And eventually we did see it being towed away. And as it drove past us, we were able to see some grass in it. We were also able to see the glass on the windows completely shattered. And again, this is the second time this week, so as you can imagine, it's very difficult for these parents. I actually met a parent today who was on her way home from enrolling her kids in Cleveland ISD, and she actually selected for them to be bus riders. And after today's incident, she's obviously reconsidering that option. Take a listen.
I prefer driving those 25 minutes to taking them to school than them being driven by a bus, because this is the second time out of the week.
Now, again, a second time this week along FM 1010, while the other accident was a little bit of a ways away, it's still the same county road. And again, this road is back open. Cars are able to get through it. But I will say, Steph, when I was here on Monday, I noticed that a lot of cars were speeding down here. And that sentiment was echoed by another person that I interviewed today who told me the same thing. She was driving home when she saw what happened. And the first thing that came to her mind was the children. As we know, 58 were on that bus. Steph?
Yeah, we saw a few cars zipping past your head in your live shot there, Jalissa. So definitely speeding. We see that on the road for sure. Thank you for that. As we turn things over to our Troy Kless, who was at the hospital where he did see some Cleveland ISD personnel there just a little bit ago. He joins us live back at the crash site now. And Troy, as we've been saying, this all comes after there was a crash on that same stretch of the road on Monday.
Yeah, that's correct, Steph. That stretch of road is right behind me. And as you mentioned, we were on our way to the scene here for this second crash, and I stopped by HCA Houston Healthcare in Kingwood, where on site we could see Cleveland ISD staff along with first responders who likely assisted the students that were hurt in this crash. Now, again, this is the second time this week that a Cleveland ISD bus was involved in a crash. First, we want to start, though, with, again, the visuals of today. Take a look here. Air 11 was over the crash this morning as we saw students being carried by first responders and on stretchers loaded into ambulances for that trip to the hospital. The district says all 58 students on board were taken to the hospital for medical evaluations. And again, talking about that second crash involving a Cleveland ISD bus. Now, we got some photos of the crash that happened on Monday. Take a look here. Photos released from the Cleveland Fire Department. Again, this crash happened on the same road, FM 1010. In that incident, 36 students were taken to the hospital. Fortunately, there were no life-threatening injuries there either. The Cleveland ISD says that its police department, Texas DPS, and the Liberty County Sheriff's Office are investigating. The cause of that accident remains under investigation. It's also unclear whether this was the same bus route as Monday's crash and whether any of the same students were on board for both crashes. And again, right now, the causes for both crashes remain unclear at this time, but they are under investigation. And we are working to get more answers from the school district about what happened, and we'll update you both on air and online once we learn more. Reporting live in Cleveland, Troy Kless, KHOU 11 News.